Let's do this. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right, let's get into the spoily stuff when it comes to Old. Because I got some things I got to say about it because, man, it's just... Again, I mean, I'm a fan. I like his movies a lot. Love his movies. I think Signs is my favorite. Unbreakable, Split. I mean, I know Glass was a little, kind of was a little bit of a letdown, but not really. I don't know. I got to watch it again because I think, I've watched it twice. I need to watch it again. I need to watch all three at the same time, or one after the other, at least like in a weekend or something like that. I definitely need to do that. But, yeah, I mean, but I'm overall like a big fan. I mean, The Happening was like, wow, good idea, but Jesus Christ, I don't even think I saw The Last Airbender, to be honest, because I was never into the actual series. But anyways, guys, when it comes to Old, all right, so we'll get to the ending, but yeah, so my whole thing was the execution of everything that's going on, and the fact that this idea is cool, but at the same time, I'm kind of wishing it was just like an episode of something like Black Mirror. I don't know, just something. I guess Black Mirror is more like technology based. It would have to be something like, any kind of other series out there. I know they did Twilight Zone. It could have been like easily a Twilight Zone series, but at the same time, it's like, because they're on this beach, and now it's like M. Night was just trying to go like, okay, I got to fill up a full-length feature film. What can I do to emphasize that they're aging rapidly? When the doctor guy, who has the hot wife, I guess you could say, she's not, the skinny wife and all that stuff, and they established that, which was cheesy. I mean, there's a lot of cheesy stuff in there. But when he starts losing his mind, because obviously he's aging rapidly, so his dementia is coming in. That's one of the reasons why that he was trying to get away with the family was... he was like overly stressed and blah, blah, blah. But basically, he's got dementia and he starts losing it and he starts attacking people. But when he like slices the rapper dude on the face and immediately heals, that was like, okay, that's a good start. Then you got the main family with the kids. They're having their issues. Apparently, there's some possibly cheating going on, but not really. But she's also got a tumor in her stomach. And it, of course... being that they're aging rapidly, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which I was like, all right, that's interesting. And then, this part was hard to watch, but they remove it. And then, of course, when they slice her open, it just closes up real quick. But at the same time, I'm going, okay, that's a stretch. I mean, they're literally removing this tumor, and then all of a sudden when they do, it's like huge. First off, you kind of briefly see it, and then all of a sudden she just wakes up. I'm better. And I'm kind of going, is that how tumors work? You would think that if she had that and the cancer just aging rapidly would just spread all the way around. And I was like, okay. And then when they, like I said, there's so much exposition, so much just explaining to the audience what is happening. It was just ridiculous. It was like everything had to be explained, even like, the rocks. And it's like they figured it out. It's like they figured it out way too easily. The rocks. There's something about the rocks and the minerals, stuff like that, that's causing this. It's just all this stuff. And then, of course, when the kids. So, of course, we have the brother and sister. And, of course, they start, and it's kind of cool how he revealed that was happening. It was kind of cool. Like, you didn't really see him, but you heard the voices got, like, deeper and stuff like that. So you saw all that, and then, of course, the doctor starts losing his mind with the blonde wife. She also is obviously growing up. And then there's like a moment where, and it was funny, too, because I totally forgot in the trailer that the daughter of the doctor, like, yeah, you see her pregnant, and it was just kind of like, I totally forgot about that until you actually see, the son that is getting older. They're lying underneath like a little, a makeshift tent, while everybody else is like trying to deal with people dying, like because there's an old lady, she dies, there's a dog that dies. But yeah, apparently, all of a sudden when they're laying there and they're kind of like, I got big feelings and blah, blah, blah. I went, oh my God, they're going to fuck. They're going to fuck. And sure enough, they do. They don't show anything, of course, but all of a sudden, like, they come out of there and they're like holding hands and her stomach's already getting big. And she's just like, yeah, I got a little fat. And it was like, what the fuck is this? No. And then all of a sudden the dad of his his son, he goes like, he's like, I didn't explain sex to you, son, and blah blah blah. And he was like, the kid was like, I thought you had to do it like 10 times. And I'm just kind of going, how did he even know how to do it in the first place? And then of course she has the baby, and it's just the baby can't survive in the elements of there. And that was just like, it was just, oh, it was too much. It was too much, way too much, you know. I thought that was just taking it way too far. I thought the tumor removal was already stretched. I mean, there was a pretty cool moment where like the doctor's wife, who was like all about her looks and trying to stay skinny and stuff like that, she has problems with her bones. And, you know, and when she's like losing it and she's breaking down and stuff like that, she's got like a hunched over back, and then she's approaching the kids, and every time she's like breaking something and it heals in the wrong. That was cool. That was totally cool. And it was cool the fact that you're going, okay, everybody has some kind of something wrong with them. You know, there's another couple, she's like having seizures and stuff like that. And it was all cool and everything. And then of course, everybody dies. And like I said, it just drags on way too long. Everybody ends up dying. Everybody has something. And then you're kind of going, okay, interesting. And then you see like over in the hills, you see like a reflective thing. Something's going on, like there's cameras or something. And then it's funny because it's M. Night Shyamalan who took them there and everything. But so the whole twist of it is you get to the next day, everybody's dead except for, of course, brother and sister. And now they're like in their 50s, essentially, or late 40s. And then he had a note from a kid that he made friends with who was like, you know, at the back at the resort, and it coded said like his uncle doesn't like the coral. So they realized, oh, we got to get past the coral. And there you go, because you see the coral in the beginning, and then they realize, oh, that's what we have to get to. And then you go back to the resort. You find out, essentially, because M. Night is on the hill, and this is where you kind of go, oh shit. Because you find out what's happening here is like this magical beach that causes people to age rapidly. There's a company that is creating medicine that is basically luring people with all different kinds of ailments from all around the world to go to this beach. And I guess when they first get there, they give them some sort of medicine for whatever their ailment is. And then they see, because then they start, aging rapidly, and they see if they end up dying. And it's kind of like, well, that's fucked up. But when you're back into the lab, they start talking about, because the woman that has the seizures or epilepsy or whatever, apparently the medicine worked for a long time. Like, if they calculated how long it would have taken, and then she didn't have one for the longest time. So they had a breakthrough. And so this whole thing where they're cheering that, and you kind of go, okay. And then of course, brother and sister show up and just kind of derail the whole fucking thing. Which is kind of interesting too, because it's like, how are they going to, it would be interesting to see how they continue life, being that one of them was 6, one of them was like 12 or something, 11 or something like that. Forgot exactly the ages. Now they're like looking like that. That definitely would be an interesting to see that further story. But at the same time, you kind of go, okay, it's fucked up that they're luring people here to die, but at the same time, they're doing it for the good of millions, for medical research. And that's where I was going, fuck, good job, M. Night. You nailed the twist, because I think a lot of people will be talking about that. A lot of people will be talking about that, but at the same time, it's fucked up that people are being lured to this beautiful beach to die, essentially. So that's where it's like, whoa. So you definitely stuck the landing, I thought, when it came to the twist. I thought it was a great twist, one of his better twists, but just to get there was a fucking struggle. I don't think he had to go so far, so heavy into some of that stuff, like, ugh. And it was just, a lot of it was kind of going, wow, this is not flowing well at all. It was a little messy. Anyways, so there you go, guys. It's frustrating. I mean, it was just kind of fucking frustrating, because, like I said, it's such a good payoff. But what the fuck, when it came to certain other things, really were a stretch. But anyway, so there you go. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit that like, thumbs up. Hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button. If you want to join Film Junkie, join, get some exclusive stuff for members. And then, of course, the Patreon for other exclusive stuff and early access stuff. And then, of course, if you want to get the Film Junkie Closet, you got merchandise down below. There you go, guys. All right? What a twist! Talk to you later.